Welcome to your practice. It is Tuesday, January 7th. Today we'll give ourselves plenty of twists. Let's go ahead and roll onto the spine. So coming onto your back. You're going to hear some clicking while I find the quote just literally disappeared on me. So I'm going to pull that up while you are getting comfortable lying on your back. You can go ahead and keep your feet on the ground. Maybe stretch your arms out wide. Give yourself some full breaths in, take your time, and slow breaths out. So letting yourself decompress a little bit. There it is. And our thought or our quote for today comes from Solange Knowles. When you take care of yourself, you're a better person for others. When you feel good about yourself, you treat others better. So as we are exploring this month, ahimsa, non-harm, we're going to be turning it on ourselves quite a bit so we can cultivate it within and let it pour out. All right, so lying on your back and just noticing here what the tone of your inner world is. Maybe yesterday you remembered and were able to kind of keep checking in with your inner dialogue. No worries if not, but let's go ahead and return to that intention. We're just going to try to start noticing more how we talk to ourselves and with ourselves and at ourselves, and try to let it all be just a little bit kinder, coming from a place of neutrality and support, non-judgment. Just doing the best we can, little by little. Let's slowly start rocking the legs side to side. Go ahead and keep your shoulders and arms really heavy here. Remembering that this practice is your time, and another way we can practice being nice to ourselves is by not doing anything that hurts. So let's see if we can start rocking our legs a little farther side to side so that one hip lifts off of the ground. So when your legs rock over to the right side, the left hip lifts, and then vice versa. And as that hip lifts, imagine stretching it down towards your feet. So it's like we're subtly trying to lengthen our torso and our low back as we let our legs rock side to side. And then come back to neutral. Let's draw the right knee in towards the chest and cross the right leg or ankle over the left thigh. And from here, go ahead and let your legs fall to the left. So taking ourselves into a twist, looking for a little stretch or something in that right hip also. And just as quickly as we find it, we'll release it. And when you get back to neutral, draw the legs in towards your chest. So right leg still crossed over left. Now we're drawing the legs in towards the chest. Maybe even straighten the left leg and circle your ankle towards the sky. Good. Put a bend back in your left knee, and again, let your legs fall to the left. You might keep your hands on your body, so your right hand could be on your low back. Your left hand can be kind of supporting the legs, so you don't have to let them fall all the way. And again, we'll unwind, not staying too long. Go ahead and uncross your legs. Also, you can pull both knees in towards your chest, rocking side to side a little. And when we're rocking side to side, try to keep your back body really heavy and soft, so we're actually getting a massage here on those muscles. And then set your right foot down, cross your left leg over your right, and then let your legs fall to the right side. Just pass through for a breath or so. Come back to center. Draw your legs in towards your chest. Maybe extend that right leg and give the right ankle some circles. All right, allow a bend in the right knee. Let your legs fall to the right side again. Again, your hands can support you. Just a breath or so. And come back to center, unhooking your legs, drawing both knees in, rocking side to side in a way that feels good. And then we'll make our way to sit up. So if you're able to rock forwards and backwards on your spine to get there, go for it. If you have a folded blanket, we'll go ahead and perch our hips on that. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. Flex through your ankles, so we're pushing through the heels of our feet. You might even feel a stretch through your calf muscles and behind your legs as you do this. Hands on either side of your hips. You can lift your shoulders, roll them back and down, and then imagine really pushing your hands down. Hug your core muscles in, puff up your chest. Staff pose. And notice if you can really push your hands into the blanket or ground. Do the best you can. Some people might even press in so much that they can lift their hips. All of our bones are different lengths, so this is a good time to practice non-attachment. All right, then keep your legs just as engaged. Let's go ahead and soften our arms and just take a little twist to your right. Right hand moving back behind you. Keep lifting up through your chest. You could engage your core so you have some extra support here, or you could play with softening your belly and just notice how one way feels versus the other. There are benefits to both. For example, with the softer belly, we're just more relaxed. We can have more breath come in. With the more engaged core, we are supporting the spine more. So certainly if you have low back troubles, I would keep the core engaged here. And then maybe rotate your head and look back over your right shoulder. And then you could also pull your eyes like you're looking at your right ear. Keep pressing through your heels and feet. And then we'll release our eyes, our head, our neck, and finally the spine. We face forward. Stay for a couple breaths. Sometimes those eye stretches make me a little bit dizzy, so give yourself time to recalibrate. Press through your feet, sit up tall. Big inhale. Exhale, give yourself a twist to the left, just however far you can go without really feeling like you're forcing it. Keep pressing through your feet, lifting up through your chest, through the crown of your head. Again, playing with softening or engaging your core perhaps. Good, and then we can rotate our head, looking back over the left shoulder as far as we can. And then take your eyes as far to the left as you can, like you're looking at your left ear. Don't forget about your legs. Still press through your feet. Still sit up nice and tall. One more breath. And then when you exhale, release your eyes, your head and neck, and then your chest faces forward. Give yourself a breath. All right, let's get moving through some flows. So go ahead and come to tabletop. If you like to use blocks, we can put them at the top of the mat. And from tabletop, inhale to drop your belly. Exhale to arch your spine up. Go at your own pace through Bidhalasana, cow pose, and Marjariasana, cat. And if there's any other movement here that feels natural or that your body's asking for, go ahead and give it to yourself. When you take care of yourself, you're a better person for others. When you feel good about yourself, you treat others better. We can remember that also when we encounter folks in the world who maybe aren't so kind. Not that it's our problem to solve, but we could just be maybe a little bit more neutral towards them, knowing there's probably stuff going on inside. All right, go ahead and tuck your toes. Find your way to downward facing dog. So lifting your hips towards the sky, stretching your legs. You could still keep the knees soft. Adjust your arms and your legs if needed. So I like mine a little bit wider. I like to rotate my hands so the fingers point more out. See what's good for you and your body. And then we'll walk our feet up to meet our hands. forward fold. If you put blocks there, go ahead and put them on their highest setting and then set your hands on that lifting up so we have a nice long spine. Really engage your core muscles here. And let's explore shifting the weight into the left leg, kicking your right leg back in space, and then lower your right foot back to the ground. Transfer the weight into your right leg, explore lifting your left heel towards the sky, and set the left foot down. We'll do that one more time each side. Weight in the left leg, lifting your right leg, and then weight in your right leg, lifting your left leg. Good. Okay, go ahead and fold forward. And on your next inhale, make your way all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Sit your hips back into a chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, take a little twist to the right. You can keep your torso really upright, or you might hinge forward and see if your left elbow finds your right thigh. And then inhale, stand up tall, stretch your arms all the way up. Maybe come up to your toes. And breathing out, feet on the earth, hands to your heart. Sit your hips back and down, chair pose. Inhale, exhale, take a twist to the left. Same story, you might keep your torso upright or you might hinge forward so that the right elbow finds the left thigh if that's an option. And then breathing in, we'll come up through center, stretch all the way up, maybe come to your toes. Exhale, feet on the earth, arms by your sides. Inhale, stretch out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe put those blocks on a lower setting. As you step your right foot back in space, your hands can rest on the blocks or mat. And then we'll stretch the left hand to the sky, taking a twist. As you come here, you could circle the wrist or even circle through the shoulder, inviting in more movement, lubricating those joints. Good. You can keep doing whatever you're doing or play with straightening your left leg, just passing through a really wide pyramid pose. Inhale. And exhale, we'll all bend the left knee. Bring your hands all the way to the ground. Find your plank pose, knees up or down. Big inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Move your hands out wide off of the mat. Come up to your fingertips. Tops of your feet pressing into the ground. Lengthen your low back first, and then push into your fingertips to lift your chest off of the ground, just however much you can. Dip your left shoulder towards the middle of the mat, stretching through the left chest, little twist in the upper spine. Come back through center and other side. Right shoulder towards the center. Really gentle here. And back to center, lower down, hands alongside your chest, tuck your toes, push yourself up and back to downward facing dog. When you get here, you can try to let your head hang really heavy. And then let's see about lifting that right leg, bend the knee, lift it, stack the right hip on the left. So three-legged dog with open hips. Bringing a twist into the spine. One more inhale. And exhale, step or swing that right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Again, you can use blocks if you like that. Getting a big stretch through the left hip flexors, left quadriceps. Let's go ahead and lift the right arm to the sky, adding a twist for the spine. Then maybe move through your wrist and arm. Movement is life, so give it to yourself. Keep breathing and maybe play with straightening your right leg. One more inhale. And exhale, we'll all bend the right knee, hands to the blocks or ground. Step that left foot up, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. If you've got those blocks, you can put them on the high setting again. Bring your fingertips up to that. Again, we'll shift the weight into the left leg. Kick your right foot back in space. You can stay here or see about lightening your left hand, maybe even reaching the left arm up to the sky. So we're just passing through a revolved half moon. No big deal. And then set hand and foot down, fold forward. It is a big deal. We'll inhale, lift up halfway. Fingertips on blocks, weight into your right leg, kick your left heel, whoa. Yep, left leg back in space. Then maybe lighten your torso a little, lift that right arm, maybe bring it towards the sky, passing through a very complicated, tricky half moon, and then return to forward fold. Good. Inhale, lift up halfway, the good old-fashioned way. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, rise all the way up. As you get there, you might lift your heels off of the ground, just playing with more balance. Exhale, feet on the earth. Pause for a few breaths here. That was a lot. See how your body reacted. See how the mind is. And then on an inhale, let's stretch our arms up. Exhale, sit your hips back and down. Bring your hands down to heart center. Big breath in. Exhale, take a twist to the right in your chair pose. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take a twist to the left in your chair pose. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, go ahead and fold forward. Using the blocks if you like them, step your left foot way back in space. This time we can drop the knee, untuck the toes, carefully reach your arms up. Reach up as high as you can and then take a twist to the right, opening your arms out wide. You can keep your arms here parallel to the ground or stretch your left arm up, stretching that, right hand down. Maybe finding the back of your left leg. Maybe finding a frog in your throat. And then return facing forward, inhale. Exhale, hands all the way to the ground, tuck your left toes, find your way back to plank pose. Inhale. On your exhale, lower down to the belly, point the toes back, move the hands out wide up to the fingertips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, dip the right shoulder towards the middle of the mat. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, carefully, left shoulder towards the middle of the mat. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower down, hands alongside chest, tuck your toes, push yourself up and back, downward facing dog. A few breaths here. If you need to take a break or do something else, please do. And from down dog, let's inhale, lifting the left leg to the sky, then bend that knee, lift it, stack your left hip on top of your right. Three-legged dog, open hips, big stretch through that right upper thigh. Twist through the spine, stretch through the belly. One more inhale. And then exhale, we'll step or swing the left foot all the way up to the top of the mat. Drop your right knee, untuck the toes. Press the top of your right foot down into the ground. Stretch your arms up to the sky. Keep reaching up as high as you can. Inhale. On your exhale, twist to your left. Open your arms out wide. Breathing here. Maybe reach your right arm up to the sky. Left hand down towards the ground. It could find the back of your right thigh or low back. And then return facing forward. Inhale. Exhale your hands to the ground, tuck the right toes and step that foot up, forward fold. Again, if you have blocks here, put them on their highest setting. From forward fold, we'll inhale, lifting up halfway. Fingertips light on those blocks. Shift the weight into your right leg. Kick your left heel back in space. Maybe lift the right elbow or hand up to the sky. Passing through Parivrtta, Ardha Chandrasana, and then return to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, shift the weight into your left leg, kick that right heel back and up, lifting the left elbow or hand to the sky, revolved half moon the other way. And after a breath, return to forward fold. Inhaling, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Give yourself a few breaths here. Just notice your state of being. For those moments of focused effort, maybe there was clarity in your mind. Notice how the breath is moving through your body. Good. Again, we'll set the blocks on the highest setting if you're using them. And hands on your hips. Let's shift our weight into the left leg and step your right foot back in space, back and out. So now we're setting up for pyramid pose. Try to keep your hips relatively level. So if your hands are on your hips and you notice your left hip is way in front of the right, just try to shift it back. Imagine lengthening your low back as you lift up through your heart. Maybe even find a little bit of a back bend here. Inhale and exhale, hinge forward. Forward and down, Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Your hands can rest on those blocks, adjust the height so it works for you. Let's go ahead and let our head hang heavy. Imagine letting the spine decompress a little. You can soften your knees. I'm going to put a really generous bend in the knees. You can slowly here look side to side. So here the twist is in the cervical spine, the neck. Slowly side to side. Look for sweet spots where maybe there's some tension that you can breathe into and invite to release. From your pyramid pose, go ahead and just step the right foot up. So we're in forward fold. Stand all the way up. You can sweep your arms out and up. Bring your hands down through center. And let your hands rest on your hips. Shift the weight into your right leg as you step your left foot back and out. Imagine lengthening your low back as you lift your heart. Big inhale. And exhale, hinge forward and down, releasing your hands to the blocks or your front leg or the ground. Take your time getting into this pyramid pose. Beautiful. Good. And then once you're starting to settle in, maybe you soften your knees more. Try to let your head get really heavy. And then we'll very slowly, very small movements, rock your head side to side. So twisting the head, twisting in the neck. Keep breathing. One more slow breath in and out. Go ahead and step your left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, take your time rising all the way up. And exhale, drop your arms by your side. Stand tall for a breath. Good. Let's go ahead and come onto our spines. Rolling onto your back. Go ahead and stretch your left leg long. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. And then open your right leg out wide like you're trying to tuck your right knee into your armpit. And then cross the right leg over the left leg, bringing yourself into a reclined twist. Do whatever feels best for you here. We'll stay for 3 to 5 breaths. And we'll come back through center when you're ready. Stretch both legs long, stretch your arms up overhead. And then draw the left knee in towards your chest. Hug it in for a second. Then open it out wide like you're trying to touch the left knee to the outside of your left shoulder. And then cross the left leg over the body, taking a twist. Settle in, let it feel good to you, and then stay several breaths. Slowly release when you're ready. Come back to center. Stretch both legs long. Stretch your arms out long and wide. And practice letting your body just be heavy and still with no work to do. Let your breath come naturally. When you take care of yourself, you're a better person for others. When you feel good about yourself, you treat others better. Enjoy another moment of rest here. As you feel ready, you can deepen your breath, give yourself a big stretch, and then we'll meet in an easy seat. No rush. When you get here, you can bring one or both hands to your heart and maybe drop your chin towards your chest and just acknowledge to yourself that you are taking care of yourself. And then maybe think of one more thing you can do good for yourself today. Speaking kindly to yourself in your thoughts, staying hydrated, maybe putting some nourishing plant food in your body. And then let's close this practice. If you'd like to chant Om or take a big sigh, we'll bring our hands together. Big inhale for your vibration. Om. Deep bow of gratitude to you for sharing your practice and energy. Much gratitude to the ancient teachers and teachings and all of my teachers. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll have a chance for some sweet meditation after our movement practice. Have a great day out there.